Alright, so we just watched the BuzzFeed video. What was it called, Natasha?
It was called I Banned Sugar for a Week.
Banned sugar for a week, and what was it about?
It was a mother who had 2 children and she works full time, and she cut out all processed sugar for a week, excluding a piece of fruit a day.
Piece of fruit a day, man. I don't know about you. What was even her goal?
I think her goal was to see if there was improvements in her children's sleep patterns, their behaviour and their overall mood.
I wonder how she measured that. Wasn't very
yeah, like, how come that was her main goal of it, but didn't talk about it at the end? It just showed her binging out because she was so fucking hungry.
What was she eating at the end? She had got some...
At the end, she was eating a box of Girl Scout cookies with butter and eggs and oil.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, people just don't get it. And then, so what would a better idea have been for that cut out sugar? What would you, if you were her housemate, what would you do?
And she said she wants to do a week with no sugar.
Yeah, what would you?
I'd do a week with no fatty desserts, no dairy desserts.
Yeah. And
load up the fruits, the sugars, the starches.
Yeah, what would you make of a breakfast?
I'd make her a 10 banana smoothie with cinnamon and some sugar in there.
Yeah. And then for lunch?
For lunch, I'd send her off with another smoothie or a big juice or some jam sandwiches or another low-fat, high-carb sandwich. But what I don't get is, she said we're cutting out all sugar, but all of her dinners had no starches in there.
Yeah, that's right. There's like broccoli and dead animals on the plate. You know,
yeah, and her kids are just eating this meat and this broccoli, and the kid looked like it was hating its life.
Yeah, like no sauce on the meat. I mean, when I used to eat meat, like sauce is what you had to have with it. Some sweet ketchup or something. Otherwise, it was like, oh.
Yeah, and she's in the car and she's like, I just can't believe how much sugar is in absolutely everything in the grocery store. If I had just taken the time to read the labels.
Yeah. It's hilarious. I wonder how much coffee she's
I know.
taking that week.
I think.
Or Adderall, or whatever people take.
I don't know, but she had like something going on with her face. Like she had dark circles and she was like cakey on the makeup. You could see under it that she wasn't satisfied. She wasn't nourished.
Even with studio makeup, you could still see there was a lot of fatigue there. Which could be just being a mum. But if you're a mum, you're going to need more carbohydrates. You're going to need less fat.
Yeah, I think her little oatmeal breakfast, it was just plain oatmeal with a whole 3 blackberries in a little baby's bowl.
Yeah.
And then for lunch, she had some kale and some chicken. And she's like eating it and looking like she's hating it. And she's like wet kale, this is disgusting.
I couldn't even do that, and you know, you couldn't even do that, could you?
Oh, no.
Kale for lunch. It's like we're vegans, but no way I could eat kale for lunch. I need some like fruit or some rice or some starch.
I mean, I'm happy if it's on the side.
Yeah.
Not raw kale because that fucks your stomach.
Yeah, it's hard to digest.
Yeah, it is. But and then at night she's like, this is the time of the evening where I plonk myself down with a pint of ice cream and I slug out and just forget about everything, the kids, the stress of work. It's like, because you're eating what would be for a baby.
All day. And just
all day.
And then you're so hungry to eat the ice cream you regret. And ice cream, I mean, when you eat the vegan ice cream, it's very, very low fat. That Santorum so good stuff, it's very low fat.
Yeah, it is.
But I couldn't imagine, when I used to eat, I don't know about you, but when I used to eat dairy ice cream, I ate like a whole tub of it, 1, 2, 3 litres. And I always felt really like dirty afterwards. Not guilty, just dirty, it's like claggy. You know, all the dairy protein, very gluey. How about you? Did you, when you smashed your ice cream, how did you feel afterwards?
I'd get very mucusy.
Yeah.
I'd feel it if I had, yeah. So if I had the dairy ice cream and then I went training the next morning, I'd be so phlegmy.
Yep.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I used to get a box of tissues every few days back in the dairy days.
I mean, I'd only have the whole pint of dairy ice cream because I was just hungry. I wasn't getting enough sugar in the day.
Yeah, and then so we reach for the fatty sugars, with the sugar that's added with the fat, like the dairy and the oil.
Yeah.
And you read through the comments on that Buzzfeed, there's so many confused people. You know, like,
yeah.
Sugar makes you fat, and they look at us. You know.
And there was one part where they had pancakes during the week. A pancake mix with no sugar in it and no syrup on it. And someone was like, you could have put butter on the pancakes.
Well, it would taste really
Yes.
Greased out.
Okay,
Greasy
mix
mouth.
no sugar. Let's put butter on it. And then someone in the comments is like, "That butter has sugar in it."
Oh my god.
You've got some sugar in your butter.
They're hilarious. Just I find it surreal to watch stuff like this. I think there's still people in the world who don't understand this concept, which is actually majority of people.
It's majority of people.
And it's like so sad. So hopefully the Buzzfeed girl watches this video. If you're watching, what would you say? If you cap it off, the Buzzfeed mum.
I'd say you've done it all wrong. You're eating way too little, and you've got the completely wrong approach.
Yeah. So eating too little carbohydrate. I would say, yeah, you're eating too little carbohydrate during the day, you're binging out on your ice cream, you feel guilty, you feel shit the next day because it's got so much fat and dairy going through your blood. And that's saying honestly, from a biological, physiological perspective, all that dairy, protein is very inflammatory, all the fats making red blood cells stick together, not enough oxygenation to the brain, at risk of cancers and clotting. So I would definitely cut out the dairy and animal products and decrease your oil right down and increase your carbohydrate, your rice, the fruits, the sugars. Maybe watch a few of Natasha's videos, more of them for diet ideas. And just go with that. Cut out your oils, cut out your animal products, and then increase your carbohydrate as much as you want, and just you'll lose weight, you'll feel better, your kids will be better, you're way more productive at work, and you won't need as much stimulants every day. What do you think, Natasha?
That sounds pretty spot on.
Yeah. And water as well. Drink enough water so you're pissing clear 2 or 3 hours. You'd be game on. Game on.